we should start off with who you guys are. Just give us a brief explanation of what you guys do, and yeah.
Absolutely. My name is Django Levon, and I run the social media page JMango, and I've been known across New Zealand and Australia as JMango for the last 4 months now.
Awesome. And what do you do?
I am Elliot, and I'm his filmer. I'm the cameraman. I got here about a month ago from Seattle, from doing film work in Seattle, and so.
How do you guys know each other?
We met when we were 15, actually 14 or 15, and we became friends pretty quick, and then we actually crashed my parents' car together,
Like really?
drifting late at night.
High school car crash.
Yeah, we had like a little bit of some competition with each other. Like I wanted to be cooler than him, and he challenged my coolness.
No, for sure. Initially, we were butting heads, so it's funny that
What was your parents' reaction to you guys crashing the car?
It was one of the worst days of my life.
Really?
For sure. Yeah. Just a lot of guilt, right?
Yeah.
Was
it like
broke a lot of trust with them, and it was not ideal, but I learned a lot from it, and I think I drove a lot safer when I did get my driver's license because of that experience.
Yeah. You didn't have your driver's license at the time?
Nope. No.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was on private property, so.
Okay, well, that's what it is.
So what was your main reason to come over to New Zealand?
I came here to make content, for sure. I had gone through Norway, some other areas in Scandinavia, and then Southeast Asia, kind of like trying to document like my travels and create a page around like vlogging my raw experience, just like through the world, and a mix of like cool, exciting experiences, but also like, dang, like showing the dark side of like being alone too, and how it is hard for me. And then I learned a lot from those experiences. I didn't make the content that I necessarily wanted to during those, and I came to New Zealand with a lot of fresh ideas where I felt very channeled. This is like what I want to do. I want to go and do something unique that I'm passionate about, and New Zealand felt like the perfect place to do that.
Was this your first time in New Zealand coming time, or had you been here before?
I came here 2.5 years ago
With your-
to visit my best friend.
True. Were you with your brother? Is that right?
Mhm.
Cool.
How do you know that?
I cannot remember where I read that, but I did know that. I also, yeah. So you came here, yeah. Because oh no, how I know that is I ran a check on you to try see if I could find more information about you. You do juggling as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
very cool. We should try do something like that later. If this is a thing.
Yeah.
So you came here with your brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Where'd you go?
we traveled around the South Island for a month in
Yeah.
a van.
Oh,
It was a
that's
tiny
awesome.
van.
Yeah.
Our best friend, her name is Chloe.
Yeah.
And we were like family friends since a young age. And so my brother and I came out here to meet her because she was living here for a full year. And we just drove around in a van through like Queenstown, all like the New
Oh, that's
Jersey
like
areas.
that's an awesome introduction to New Zealand. It's like
It was awesome.
my favorite part.
I just fell in love with the
Yeah.
nature, the people. Like
Yeah.
right away, I was just like, this is an amazing place.
No, it's
so it's always in the back of my head. I wanted to go back. Yeah.
It's a great place for you to come and do what you're doing now, because I think New Zealand's a very friendly place, and it's like, so I can imagine like, because you've been doing hitchhiking, yeah.
Most of it's been hitchhiking.
Most of it's been hitchhiking, so I can imagine that's been very easy to do here.
Yeah.
Has there been any times where you felt like unsafe with your travels here?
Yeah, a few times when I'm like in the car with someone, I had like a couple interesting experiences. Like one was like a pretty pro-Hitler, pro-Nazi guy
Really?
that just got into it right away to the point where it was
Oh my
like,
God.
it's a little bit spooked out. He was rough. Like definitely it was like, am I going to lose my bag on this one? I wasn't really scared for my own safety, but I was like, he might drive away with the bag. That's for sure.
But yeah, I would have just been like silent, like.
Yeah. You don't want to question people when you're.
No,
in the
if I was to hear
passenger
someone
seat.
say that, I wouldn't like argue, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
especially if I'm in a car with them, I'd just be like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever you say, bro.
Which
take me to where I'm going.
almost feels guilty too. 'Cause
No,
it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, Hitler's great.
No, actually.
Right. Yeah.
So when you were hitchhiking around like all of Northland, where was your favorite place?
Ooh, Kaitaia was my favorite.
Oh, K-Town. Oh yeah. I've got family that lives up there. It's beautiful up there.
But I would say that all of Northland I connected with very strongly.
Really?
So it's just Kaitaia with just a little bit.
Beautiful beaches out those ways.
Beautiful beaches.
Bay of Islands is all. Is it Bay of Islands? Yeah. It's all real beautiful out there. Yeah, I actually did something somewhat similar to what you're doing now. Not nearly as insane, but I traveled the length of New Zealand by bus like last year. So I've been to most big places and some small towns.
Yeah.
So you've been like getting like crowded a lot, right? Like you've been getting like kind of mobbed a little bit.
Yeah. Only mobbed a couple times when I don't post about my location.
Yeah.
Like that, like Kaitaia. I don't know how many people we had, but too many to
Yeah, because
big group.
what I was gonna say is small towns go crazy, especially.
Yeah.
Like when I traveled, not nearly as known as you, but when I traveled, I remember I was in Taupo. I literally got off the bus, went to a cafe, posted it in the cafe, like just the ceiling, being like, "Oh, who's here?" And then within like fucking 3 seconds, someone pulled up and started taking photos of me. And then like I was walking around, and like 2 kids on bikes were trying to find me the whole time, and they were like following me for ages.
Really?
Yeah. So I can imagine for you, like with small towns, it must be insane because you're probably, I'd say, one of the most popping creators right now in New Zealand with your content. You're doing crazy numbers. So I can imagine those small towns are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting for sure. It's been a really cool experience. I think that's like why it resonated with Northland so much too. Is just the people there were quite incredible to interact with. And
Everyone's very laid back there as well. It's very chilled culture.
and the small town culture for children in particular is really cool for me because it actually reminds me. It reminds me of like almost like some rural like Asian cultures, like in Vietnam and stuff, like this pod of kids just roaming around having fun. And it's just like, it's the life to live when you're young, to just like have like this social network with your friends and exploring the world and going around. So I see that in New Zealand in a way that I don't see it in the US at all. And it's cooler because culturally we're more similar, so I can connect with these kids more. So I think that's why it's been a fun experience.
Have you been to the East Coast at all, like Gisborne or anywhere around that area? You'll see, like, I remember I went there last year and I saw heaps of kids on horseback and stuff, which was very cool.
East Coast of the North or South Island?
North, sorry, like, yeah, around Gisborne.
We haven't been south of Auckland.
Oh,
I mean, yes, yeah, we haven't been.
Oh, so you haven't at all?
Yeah, we're pretty much just on North Island. Yeah.
So you haven't ever been anywhere below? Have you been to like just
we went down to Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
But that was just to visit Jimmy.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. Yeah.
In Kaitaia, you probably would have seen a couple of people on horses, surely.
No, I didn't see one.
You'll probably, if you go East Coast, you'll definitely see some kids, depending on where you like go on horseback. Because you're visiting every town, right?
Yeah, every town in New Zealand.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, what are you at the moment?
We're 20 out of 113.
What are you using to define a town? Like, because it can be like
population over 3,000.
Oh, okay.
But significant towns we're adding that population under 3,000.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's an actual town, we're definitely going to go there too. But our cutoff is 3,000, but it's not actually 3,000 because we're visiting a bunch of towns that are under.
When you went up north, did you go through Kaio?
Yes.
What did you think about Kaio? Because that's a population of like a couple hundred people, minimal.
So I didn't make a full town video about Kaio. We just passed through and I added it in my vlog. Yeah. And I was like, hey, we're in Kaio. And I took some pictures with some kids and I got a watermelon. I mean, no, not a watermelon. I got a coconut juice, coconut water. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why it's watermelon.
So I was looking back on your Instagram profile and one of your first few posts, you were talking about the Northern Lights in Norway.
Oh, my Instagram profile.
Yeah. What was that like to see those?
So this is going back to, I would almost call it the dark era. It was the beginning of me trying to travel alone and make videos. And I wasn't keeping up with posting on Instagram at all. I was barely keeping up with TikTok. I was quite depressed. And just like trying to follow my dreams and make social media happen. And it was like a lot of growth in that time too. So I was in Norway alone, very cold, camping and hitchhiking full time, using the app couch surfing as well when I wasn't camping. So it was couch surfing to camping, spending very little money in the middle of the winter and watching the Northern Lights as much as I could. So it was meditative and cool, but probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
Really? Yeah. How old would you have been when you were?
I would have been, I had just turned 19.
Really? Wow. So you were quite young, solo traveling through Norway.
In the winter.
In the winter.
Just like next level, right?
Yeah.
I noticed you were posting a lot of like more inspirational content back then, like saying like, oh, go do the cold plunge, like do that kind of stuff. And that's quite awesome content to do. Do you think that kind of correlated because you were in quite a dark place, you were wanting to inspire people a lot more?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's a level of like I still want to inspire people just as much. I think that I've found now that it's almost more effective to inspire people by example instead of telling them what to do. And back then I was trying the approach of telling people what to do. And now I try to inspire by just doing.
I agree. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
So what countries have you been to? So you've been to Norway. Anywhere else other than here?
Alone. I visited my brother in Japan. I've been to Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, a lot of other countries.
Wow. So you've been all over. Was that all solo?
I've been
family?
probably like 7 countries alone, and then when I was younger with my family, we did some traveling as well.
How do you afford to travel, especially before now, where you like doing well? Like, how did you afford to travel beforehand?
I worked at a bakery as a barista, and I was pretty high paying. I was like a good employee, so I got saved up a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then just took off making videos.
Yeah.
But pretty soon, like TikTok became my full-time job from the Creator Fund.
Yeah, so on the
yeah.
on the financial side of things, how are you affording to do it now?
I still live in like, so they just cut the Creator Fund pretty much on TikTok.
Like, did they like tank your CPMs? Or-
Yeah, like just with the ownership transition, like
Oh yeah.
they don't really pay any creators anymore.
Oh,
So
17 cents. It's almost nothing.
really?
yeah, it like went like they cut my
$4 or like
yeah, they cut it from like $1
$1. Yeah.
per 1,000 views
Yeah.
to a cent per 1,000 views. So it's like
Are you monetized on Shorts?
Instagram Shorts
As
or YouTube Shorts. Well, no, almost no traction on YouTube actually.
Wow.
Yeah, very-
Because I've heard a friend of mine. He said that he's got a $4 CPM on YouTube Shorts. Apparently, pays really good. But he does he does really like brain Roblox content.
Oh,
It's like mega. So
Kid-oriented.
yeah, kid oriented. So maybe it'll pay. But yeah, true. So
Yeah.
TikTok tanks, but so you get paid from Facebook too.
Yeah, so
get traction on
it's all brand deals now.
All brand deals. Well, you're in the perfect spot to be doing brand deals. So you're partnered with Helen Stuff.
Allen Steins at the moment, and then we got some others that are just getting pulled together right now.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess because you've got you did a lot of solo stuff where you were doing it real like with less money and you had more of a budget. Do you think you're like safer now? Like if you have less money, like if you go through like a slump or anything,
Am I safer now?
like in terms of like if you run out of money at any point, do you think you'll be all good?
Yeah, I think I'll be all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll say, yeah, totally. I'm not so worried about it. Yeah.
So you guys have a new project or the song that's released.
Yeah.
What was the process of that? Who made the song? Who produced it? How did that even come about?
Yeah. So we were staying with a like podcaster and producer.
Well, initially we were listening to the Speed song.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, dude, we got to make a song. And then I mentioned it. And then by chance, we were staying at someone that produced music. And we were like, we should just make a song tonight. So like we dropped the idea and then just by chance we were staying there.
It's true. And so like I've always been in like when I was younger, I watched Logan Paul, Jake Paul, all that. I was super into it. And like their music videos, I loved them when I was a kid. And they are totally terrible.
What side of the beef? What side of the beef were you on, bro? Were you a Jake Paul or?
I was low gang.
Hey,
Low
yeah, same.
gang all the way.
I used to like.
Totally.
I used to like
Maverick,
actually
baby.
really.
Yeah.
I used to actually really like his what's the first diss track he made, the one with that band or whatever the hell that he did, and he
Oh,
what the hell? Nah, like the one that Logan Paul did is a
this
response.
is that you still got my favorite hoodie and you need to give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. No, I was big into it. So that's always been in like I think in the back of my head as still an example as what to do in this world of content has been like from Logan Paul, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, gotta make a song, which is funny because my message is very different than his message, and I disagree with a lot of what he.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the content that he's made, but I still am inspired.
Yeah,
by
you can
stuff
take
outside.
inspiration from him. I mean, like, they were like they started to kill it when they're about your age. So yeah.
So how did you get your name JMango? Like, was it a nickname or how did that come about?
So my dad would call me J-Man when I was younger. Yeah, he just still always calls me J-Man. And then I was like thinking of a gamer tag one day and I was like JMango. It's like it's simultaneously J-Man Go, and then it's also J the fruit mango. Yeah. So it is just my gamer tag. I was putting in my creating a TikTok account 2.5 years ago. I was like, I'll just use my gamer tag. It's no sweat. Now JMango. Yeah.
What do your parents think about what you're doing now?
Oh, they're stoked.
They're stoked?
Yeah, totally stoked. Yeah, very supportive these days.
Awesome.
Are they going to come over and visit you anytime soon?
I hope so, but we'll see if that ends up happening.
Yeah. Were they always supportive?
Yes, always supportive, but they've gotten more excited.
Yeah.
Now that it's
Were they supportive in the way where they were cautionary in the past? Like, hey,
yeah,
like
okay, like give it a go.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah. But now it's like now they're hyped. They're in, which is really fun.
No, I'm sure that like they're seeing the videos of like all the kids following around and like, oh my god, what's going on?
Totally. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So you did the Manu Champions yesterday. How did that go?
It went better than I could have ever asked for.
Really?
In my opinion, just because I watched my Manu back, and there's almost nothing that I would have changed about it. My splash wasn't very high, but still my form I felt like was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the video. I think you did a good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you win any awards or?
Yep. Yeah, I got a medal.
So were you like practicing doing Manus beforehand and stuff, or
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been like a month and a half, but I'm slow
Really?
learner on the Manu.
you were practicing for a month and a half with Manus?
Yes.
How like what was the training schedule like for that?
Every time I was around water.
Really?
Practicing Manus. Yeah, pretty much.
Would have been easy up north as well, bro, because everyone, like, whenever you go to a wharf, bro, everyone's popping Manus.
And it's like the Manu culture here in New Zealand is amazing. Like, actually gets me so excited. I just love it. It's like more that youth spirit of just like hanging out and having fun and like doing things outside. Just like makes me really happy to see that. So I love the Manu culture.
How long are you here for?
So I've been here for 4 months. Elliot's been here for a month. We'll be here for another 6 months at least.
Wow.
Would be my guess. And that, depending on if we feel like there's still more content to make in New Zealand at that point, we'll stay for another another 2 months.
Where would you go next?
It's Aussie next.
Aussie.
Yeah. So we'll definitely just go wherever the content calls us. And right now
Aussie-
we have a 30% Australian
Yeah.
viewership. So yeah.
Australia, the content will be probably like in terms of just shared stuff to do. There'll probably be heaps more because it's such a massive place.
Yep. True.
Yeah. Have you been to Australia yet?
Never.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be a bit different to here. It's very hot over there, depending on when you go.
True.
It's a lot bigger in viewership as well. Like,
Yeah.
just the sheer mass compared to us. We have, what, 4 million here? They have over 20 to 30
Dude, they've got like
million.
5 million in each big city. Like it's it'll be a good
Yeah,
chance.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have 27 million total population, and Z's 5 million total population. But their land mass is just huge. Like Australia is less populated than New Zealand.
Yeah.
actually, to land mass.
Yeah. No, Australia in terms of like size, it's smaller, but it's almost the same size as the States. When you actually when you use like a true map and you look at it over the States, you're like, oh, like land mass, it's just, there's a huge gap because it's uninhabitable and a large portion of it. Yeah, heaps of creators over there too would be really cool. So have you done many collaborations while you've been here?
Just 2. Yeah, one with Jimmy Jackson, one with Awatia.
Oh, you are
happy.
collab with Awatia.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I actually really like Awatia.
Yeah, was he in Auckland? Or-
He's down at
He's
Dunedin.
in Dunedin. Would you
Yeah.
go to Dunedin?
Would I go back?
Yeah. Oh no, did you go to Dunedin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Love Dunedin. One of my
Yeah.
favorite towns.
yeah. Dunedin's do you know about the O Week here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dunedin's like,
I know. I was almost there for a week, but I had to leave early
oh yeah.
for some business.
I tried to when I did the whole length of New Zealand by bus. I tried to time it with O Week, but it didn't work. But yeah, their O Weeks is the most insane in New Zealand. Like,
Yeah.
if you're still here at that time, go film it. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. No, totally.
Is anyone else you're looking to collaborate with? Anyone you've seen?
Well, I really want to go diving with Louis Davis. Yeah.
That would.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that like something that you reckon will happen? Like if
I'm not sure.
you hit him up or anything?
Yeah. We've been in contact.
Yep.
For like 3 months now, actually. And he sounds down, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think he's on a cruise at the moment as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gone until the 19th, and we're headed to the South Island soon. So it depends on whether or not we'll be here by the time he gets back. We'll see.
So I used to go to boarding school up in Whangarei, and he was one of the directors for a couple of months while I was there. So before he kind of became big on TikTok, he tried that and didn't go well. But then, yeah, it's kind of cool seeing him from where he was to now how big he is on like social media, seeing his family and stuff like that, and how passionate he is about like the sea and getting everything naturally. It's quite a cool spin on things.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big thing here in New Zealand, definitely.
Are you a big fan of him?
I watch him. I am a fan, but I don't really like watch him too much. I used to back in the day, but I've just been so busy recently that I haven't really been on social media as much.
Sure.
What was the biggest culture shock when you came to New Zealand?
This is a little bit niche, so it maybe isn't the biggest culture shock, but I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. When I say thank you to people, I've almost never heard "you're welcome" as a response, which is very common in the States. And instead it's a all good. People say all good. So it's like almost implying they don't need to be thankful, which is interesting to me, and it's just a cultural thing that it's been hard for me to adjust to. Yeah.
I went to the States probably a couple of years ago, and when I went there, I kind of noticed that not many people say thank you to begin with. I don't know if that was a California thing, but when I went there, every shop I'd be with, I'd be like, oh, thank you. And they just kind of look at me surprised, like, you never really say that there. But I don't know if that's just kind of where I was or, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting though.
What do you expect them to say back after you say thank you? When you're like thank you, and
I expect them to say like, "Oh, all good, bro." Like that's kind of like what I expected. That's kind of just our reply, but
all good. Yeah.
or you're welcome in a way, but that's not really a huge reply here.
You wouldn't. I don't think I've heard it a single time. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all good's more like a like you trip, you fall, you spill water, like my bad, and they're like all good, like don't worry about it.
How's it been learning the New Zealand slang? Because we do have some interesting ones. For example, like if something's cool, we'll be like, oh yeah, that's mean, bro.
I love it. I
Love it.
so much.
What's your favorite slang word?
It's as. It's
Yeah.
kind of classic. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the one I say the most. That's yeah.
Well, there's I feel like I hear people say it less now, but like, oh, chill, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as common as it used to be.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good way of saying thanks as well. Like I say, yeah, oh, chill, bro.
I don't really use it anymore, but yeah, I think that was like my go-to. Like, oh yeah, chirp.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself like within the next 5 years?
I'm on a mission. Like, I want to travel the world making content, and I want to like grow quite a lot and kind of have like a elaborate like raw experience of like my documentation as I travel the world, and hopefully it'll be longer form at some point here too with either live streams or YouTube. I just want to do really cool things I'm passionate about and just like inspire people. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Do you do much live streaming at the moment?
Done a few, but have had many complications with the TikTok live, just getting banned.
Are
and
you on
stuff with
TikTok live?
crowds?
Do you do YouTube live?
Tried, but haven't had success yet.
You should jump on TikTok's kind of horrible for live streaming, especially for longevity and monetization.
Yep.
You want to be on YouTube.
Yep.
TikTok will ban you over and over again. The gifts pays like maybe it's good if you have a few thousand, but still, YouTube would be the best option for long term.
Yep.
True. What was I going to say? Are there any travel influencers that you look up to or that you like watch or anything?
No, not currently.
Not currently?
Yep.
Cool. So you're just like, everything that you do is just like all from your brain. You're not looking at anyone else. You're just...
Yeah, not necessarily. Yep. Yeah, just all the vision. Yeah, but it's been from looking at people like Logan Paul I talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Logan. But it's what I want to do is very different than that.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do that.
You're not going to know forests anytime soon. No, it's
actually no, totally.
Do you think you would like ever settle down somewhere? Or...
Yeah. So that'll probably be in about 5 years. Yeah. So I want to kind of like do some crazy. I want to do crazy stuff for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I just like keep up in it, keep doing crazier and crazier things.
Have you done the jump on the sky tower yet?
No, I'm horrified, but I probably will.
That's a really fun experience. Really worth it.
Yeah.
It's not too expensive either. I reckon like after it, you'll be ecstatic. So if you're in Auckland for another couple of days, definitely try it out.
I was supposed to do that when I had 100,000 followers on TikTok, and then I just like, I pussied out. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. There's heaps of when you go to Queenstown again, there's heaps of adrenaline stuff there too if you get the nerves for it.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping. The coolest thing I've done in Queenstown was definitely clay target shooting. I'm not really into big shooting, but it's a lot more fun there because you're like looking out to these like huge ranges. And yeah, it's just Queenstown is genuinely the most beautiful place in New Zealand. You'll be blown away by the ranges and all that stuff.
You said you've been to Queenstown, right?
Yeah, I've been a couple times. It's stunning. It's like truly magical. I don't like the culture as much in Queenstown.
No, that's one thing about Queenstown is it's our tourist hub. So like whenever I'm there, even the people who are working there, a lot of them are foreigners who come in to like just work and be in the cool environment, which is cool. I think it's awesome. But like it's not really, the New Zealand culture there is quite weak because of the sheer amount of tourists. Like there's so much overseas money in that town.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's like, like there's not as much New Zealand culture in Auckland as well. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and Queenstown is like even next level.
Yeah, I reckon if you want to see New Zealand's culture at its rawest, small towns are the best. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I think something with Queenstown as well. It's like 5 to 10% of their houses are inhabited by full-time livers. The rest are just Airbnbs, hotels, and I think that's why it lacks a lot of culture.
Yeah,
it has like a lot of things that are there, but definitely not like. It's better to go to Dunedin or Gore or something, one of those smaller towns around the area.
Yeah, true.
What's your favorite place in the South Island you've been to?
I can't really pick favorites.
You can't pick favorite?
Yeah, well, everything's so linked with the experiences that I had there, so I can't really decide between the place.
What's been your coolest, do you have a coolest experience, do you think? Like something where you're like, wow, this stands out as like, oh, I really enjoyed doing this thing or meeting this person or?
Yeah, I think like the first time, because in the beginning of my South Island travels, I was not using any maps and not booking any places as just like a little challenge for myself. And so that like led me to like just finding accommodation very last minute. And when it was too late, I didn't have booking, so to get into a hostel like wouldn't work out because like you can't like go there after they're closed. This is the first time that I like responded to a random DM about like someone offering me a place to stay. It was just like amazing experience.
Yeah.
Really welcoming and just quite incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, meeting with yeah, I can imagine like all of the impromptu like meeting with random people has been real awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah. So tell us a story about your Pornamu. Who gave it to you and all that stuff?
So this was Wellsford, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is in Wellsford, and we were looking through emails morning of. We're going to the town. We're like, what kind of opportunities do we have here? And this gal had sent me an email, and she was like, I have a family of like 7. Like, do you want to come stay and have like a pretty like cultural experience like with a family of 7? I was like, heck yeah, we do. Like, yeah. And it was just awesome. We played basketball. We went to the high school pool, and we popped some Manus and stuff, and just like had a great time with them, had dinner, and it was a really lovely stay. And they gave us these panamus because they run a business for it. And yeah, cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Are you gonna tag along for all of his travels, or what's?
Yeah, so I've been here for a month, and I think wherever he goes, I'm just gonna keep filming and.
Cool. So do you manage a lot of? Do you just do camera? Do you manage a lot of?
Yeah, so I do some of the YouTube editing, some of the real editing. It kind of depends how much we have like in our hands, and then we'll just kind of divvy it up between both of us. But yeah, kind of manage some accounts. We both kind of just like do what's needed for the videos. Yeah, but mainly, yeah, I'm following with the cam for YouTube and still.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Do you so you live stream? Do you guys have any clip accounts yet?
We have one. I mean, we have one guy, Kai, that does clips, and then I have my TikTok that I post random.
Cool. Awesome.
My POV.
Do you post much to Instagram, TikTok? Do much content?
I try to post like 3 to 4 times a day of like random like insider reels with JMango. So like I just kind of post this like other side of JMango that people are like, oh, this is cool. Like people that watch his stuff, it's cool to see his adventures, and then like, oh, we can kind of see some behind the scenes of like him through the crowds with the security guard, and like, oh, that's so cool, a different angle that you know other people can't get.
Do you enjoy doing like that sort of stuff more than if you were to be the main like person? Like
I think I could not be the best like if I was in that role. I like kind of being a little behind the camera. Some people are like, yo, it's Elliot. But I think it's like I kind of like being a little just like hidden.
Yeah, that's cool. Dude, yeah, the fact that you've even got one person helping you, bro, you're gonna excel. Especially as you go to more places in New Zealand, you go audience more, and then eventually Australia, you'll go crazy.
It's honestly been it's been pretty life-changing to have Elliot around. And like a big part of my vision for the next 5 years too is to kind of build like a close team.
Yeah.
And the change from being alone to having Elliot has just been monumental.
Absolutely. If you get one person who can help you with everything, it'll take you after.
And just share the experience with me too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think even having like a support person, like just if you're having a hard day, like just talking to them would probably be a big thing.
Oh, straight up. Someone to debrief stuff with, not have to make all the decisions alone. And like I feel lucky that Elliot and I get along in the way that we do. Like we're really good.
You're very fortunate to have someone, and eventually hopefully like a team, and then it'll be
exactly.
Yeah. Do you guys think you'd ever go back to America?
To visit family, maybe to live, whatever. Ideally, we can just kind of commute to New Zealand.
Do you
just back and forth for work?
Do you have any intentions of doing any content in America, or do you plan to just do Oceania for now and then see where it takes you?
So it's wherever the content calls, right?
Yeah.
Yes. If I start to build up a U.S. audience, while I'm in Aussie or while I'm in China or while I'm in Europe, yes.
Once you go outside of New Zealand, it'll be easier to build that American audience as well. Because Aussie's got more international appeal, I think. Do you have many American viewers?
It's about anywhere from 2 to 8% right now.
Oh, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. And we actually been hitting Canadian a little bit more than US. Yep. So it depends on video. Yeah. We're standard at 70 to 80% New Zealand, and then 20 to 30% Aussie.
Yeah.
And then anywhere from 2 to 8% Canadian or US or European, but that one varies.
Varies a lot. Yeah.
Where's your dream place to go in the world?
In the world?
Yeah.
So many places, but I want to go through a lot of like rural places in the Middle East, actually.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Mike OK is?
Nope.
Oh, he's an do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. He sort of does that. He like goes through he goes through like everywhere, regardless of like if it's safe or not. Like he's gone through like
most of the Asian countries. He's just finished his tour around the Middle East.
Yeah.
He's got a really interesting view on things though. He just hitchhikes everywhere. He jumps in, like goes to gas stations and waits for truckers and goes along with them, and it's a very cultural experience.
Yeah, like where did he go? I think it was, where the hell was it? Maybe Afghanistan, and he just like hitchhiked through there, which is
Cool.
like insane. And the whole experience for him was real life changing, and he was brought to tears at certain points because of how bad he felt for the people. And yeah, the Middle East would be very, very cool to meet people, because apparently, like, the interesting thing about there is that it can be quite dangerous at times, but the people there, like the actual civilians, are very, very friendly and welcoming. When he was in Afghanistan, he almost never had to pay for anything. Everyone was constantly just giving him things.
That's crazy.
Very, like, the most friendly people, like, on the planet, pretty much. Like, very, very hospitable.
How interesting,
I
right?
did a video on India recently as well, saying like, because India has been getting a lot of hate online recently, and he said it's like genuinely one of the most beautiful countries, and people there are so welcoming. Sure, there are downsides to the country, but like every country has their bad sides. But he was just kind of highlighting that, yeah, it doesn't deserve the hate that it gets. Yeah. Do you guys find that you get much hate online?
Oh, I think we get a surprisingly small amount of hate.
That's good.
I think your content's so overwhelmingly positive that it would be insane for anyone to really hate on anything you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like since I've been here, there's been only like one video that I've seen one like, oh, that's a little on the edge.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone giving you guys any serious hate.
I'm curious what your whole vision is with this podcast and like
so this is literally just so I run the Oceanic Press, as I've said, and basically this is just like a limited series, so this isn't a thing that's going to go on forever. I've got 4 or 5 guests planned out. And yeah, literally I'm just doing it to pretty much just farm content. I just like making shit. Like I scale haters, and that's my whole thing. And so like I was just like, fuck it, let's just do a series and just have some fun with it. You're the biggest person I think we've got on, except for like one other guy, but like it wasn't even about numbers. I was really strict on that. I was like, I just want to talk to people who I think would be interesting to have on, who have interesting experiences. So like we've got a guy coming on Friday who is really famous in Uganda. He traveled, he like went there, and then he like, I think he had something interesting. He had like a dream about it once, and then he just went there, and then like he became really famous over there. He's got like a Ugandan name now, and
No kidding.
he's got like a charity and stuff. But yeah, basically that's just my vision. It's just I just like doing random cool shit that I think is fun. So
yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
For me, it's more like I've had a podcast for the past 3 to 4 years. That's how I met Charlie. We just started with my mate Phoenix a couple of years ago. We just like plugged some microphones in, just started chatting crap. And pretty much my vision is everyone has a story behind, like every creator has a come up story and where they come from. And for my podcast, I haven't filmed it in a while, but just getting that story out there, and like, sometimes you always see these people so happy, and there's actually sometimes a really interesting story of origin behind them. And just voicing that and making people realize that we're all humans at the end of the day. Like, we're not these people like they put you out to be. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting vision, but yeah, I'm going through a big rebrand at the moment of trying to do things differently because my co-host left. So
yeah, I brought him on because I've never done a podcast like where I haven't been the one being interviewed before. So it's like, can you come on this so that I'm not like a fucking idiot not knowing what I'm doing the whole time?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, literally we bought all of this equipment like 2 days ago. It was
That's great.
Yeah. So Logan Paul and Jake Paul, you said, were the people that you watched. Were there anyone else that you like watched a lot when you were younger?
Yeah, totally. I don't know if you guys know Sunday and Craner from like
Yeah. I used to watch their was it Lucky Box or something?
Yeah. I grinded them when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I've gone through so many other like creators. A lot of PewDiePie, a lot of Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
All those.
the goats.
The goats.
Love them.
Yeah, cool. Have you ever tried any other like so you've got your travel content now. Did you ever try to do content before this current project?
Yeah. So I've been making content for 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
It started off like origin story. I was running. I was just like, I want to make it happen. So I started off running in the snow, barefoot every morning. So I'd run like couple miles barefoot in the snow. And I was just trying to like make my feet adapt. It was kind of like a little science experiment. Like, would it ever get easier? It honestly got a little bit, but not very much.
Not very much.
Did you ever get like frostbite from that? That's
No, it wasn't to the point of frostbite. You just get really cold and then warm up. Yeah,
How long did you do that for?
probably a couple months. Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
was almost every day, and that was a cold plunge too. So I was still in high school at the time,
Oh yeah.
so I'd be doing cold plunges before. This is kind of like my more inspirational content.
Yeah. So that was 2.5 years ago, is it?
Yeah,
So so nothing before then. You just jumped straight into this, and then
yeah.
like when did you start doing New Zealand content again?
What did I what?
Start doing the New Zealand content again?
Oh, so that was just 4 months ago.
Oh, okay.
So I came in
Wow.
New Zealand with a little under 100,000 followers
Yeah.
on TikTok, and
Where were those followers from? Like what?
that was from I actually blew up in Vietnam.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I first went like viral in Vietnam, and I was walking the coast, walking the beaches of Vietnam barefoot every day. So I walked like a huge stretch of the
my
Vietnam coast.
Yeah.
And just every morning, just moving with my backpack, I'd just be walking on the beach. I would walk maybe anywhere from 10 to 25 kilometers a day.
Wow. How long did you do that for?
I did it only like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Of just like nonstop walking along the coast.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the like content behind it was walking until I find a place I want to stay for a while. I don't know, I didn't really find it. It was a crazy cool experience because I was in an area of Vietnam that had almost no tourism.
Really?
So I was a celebrity there, just being white.
Yeah.
Where I'd walk through a town and people would gasp, point, freak out, come take pictures. And only the kids spoke English,
Yeah.
which was kind of fun too. So I'd only be talking to these Vietnamese kids, and it was actually kind of similar to here. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
For I was like a celebrity where they'd like drive me around and just.
True. So
Yeah.
so before you even like blew up there, you were in these small towns and people would like look at you and be like, what is he doing here?
Yeah, like what is this guy with the backpack and juggling clubs?
Yeah.
Like just like doing here, and then so that's when TikTok became my full-time job, was during this walking tour.
Cool. So were you making money through the Creator Fund then?
Creator Fund and donations, actually.
Oh,
A
donations.
lot of donations then.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I was a small account, and so people
They wanted
recognized that
to
I wasn't
support you.
making money, and they wanted to support my vision.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Where did you start in Vietnam? I flew there a couple of years ago. I think I was like 12 or something, and we started
Yeah.
in Ho Chi Minh and went all around the countryside, and it's beautiful there. Where did you
It's
start?
amazing. I flew straight to Hanoi, and I went to the mountains around Sapa for a couple weeks, and then I went straight to the coast a little bit south of Hanoi, and the town is like Chi. I'm honestly forgetting the name of this town that I started in, sadly. Yeah. But I was in Vietnam for 3 months, broke my hand, because pretty sure because of the walking, is that it wasn't like nutrient I was a little bit nutrient deficient, and so I lost a lot of like bone density from the walking, and I was doing calisthenics for like 2 to 3 hours a day, and so I just like broke my
Dude, that is a crazy like day-to-day schedule. Walking 10 to 25 kilometers, what you said.
Yeah.
Walking between 10 to 25 kilometers, and then also doing calisthenics on top of that.
yeah
And then also like probably like being like budgeting with your food and stuff as well, right?
yeah. Well, it's pretty easy to budget with.
Oh, actually, yeah. Oh,
right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yep.
cheap there.
Yeah.
It is.
Was it daunting doing that at first? Because like whenever I would go over there, even with my family, it was still quite a daunting thing being in a foreign country. They barely speak English. I didn't have any like cell reception. So what was that like for you there?
It was horrifying, but like this whole mission that I set out on, since I flew from Scandinavia to Vietnam, and it was just trying to not say no to anything just because I was scared of it, right? That was like the whole self-growth mission I was on.
Similar to Yes Theory, the
So you
channel.
ever seen Yes Theory?
It was very similar.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm just going in on it all, and I'm just doing everything that I'm scared of
So-
because I want to do it.
How long total did you spend in Vietnam?
3 months.
3 months.
Yep.
Yeah. Is it like max like visa or something? Yeah.
Visa. Yep.
Yeah. How was the process of getting a work visa for here? Because you got a work visa, right? Or
Yeah, it was easy.
Easy?
Yep, just applied, and
Oh,
it took a while to get back, but I got it back right before I had to leave, so it's great timing.
good stuff. Yeah, because you just had some visa problems, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm going to the UK on Friday. So I'm
Nope.
like really looking forward to it, but I'm working over there for 2 to 3 weeks, and it's just cost me $6,000 for my work visa.
No.
We got denied the first time. That was 300 Great British pounds. Second time we did, we might as well hire a lawyer because we didn't know why we got declined.
Yeah.
That cost 1.8K, and then to reapply was another 300 pounds, and then because we had left it so close to when we were leaving, normally it takes up to 3 weeks to get your visa results back. But we had, I think, 1.5 weeks. So we're like, oh, we have to pay for priority, which was another 1.5 thousand pounds.
Oh my god.
Keep in mind the whole trip for the UK and Germany was $10,000. And then another 6,000 on top because of
And why are you going to the UK and Germany?
so I'm going to do some training for my dad owns an engineering company and he wants me to take over eventually. And I have to go over there to get my certifications. And
Got you.
yeah, I'm only going there for 2 weeks and then Germany for another week. But I'm not really doing much touristy stuff. It's all just like locked in training, which is good. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I haven't been there in a very long time since I was a kid. So
Have you been to the UK?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, and not German either. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I want to go at some point.
Want to go?
It was cool. Yeah.
Let's circle back to Vietnam. Did you come from Vietnam straight here, or did you go back to the States for a bit?
Yeah. So I broke my hand,
Oh yeah.
and then I yeah. It's like a long wait. I had to get like 2 emergency surgeries because it like
That cost much at all?
$5,000 US in Vietnam. But they just like opened up my hand and just like threw metal in there and didn't fix it at all. So I had to get another round in Singapore. And the one in Singapore was, I had travel insurance. It was 35,000 US.
whoa.
But that was that's why I had to wait for the travel insurance to give it the okay. So I was just waiting in Singapore for like 3 weeks for the surgery, and my hand was just like totally messed up, just like bloated as. It was a gnarly time. That's
brutal, man.
yeah. So then I went back to the States for 6 months to heal my hand, and then I was off to New Zealand. Here we are now.
Were there any other countries you considered coming to before New Zealand, or were you pretty dead set on New Zealand?
New Zealand definitely seemed like the most, like the best play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I agree. It's a great place. What kind of content were you doing when you first came here? Like after that 6 months, you came here. What did you start with doing? Like, cause
Crossing New Zealand South Island with no maps, apps, or bookings.
really,
Yep.
wow. How did that series do?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a lovely time. Yeah, it's how I just like, put all my trust in just the people of the country and had some amazing experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it harder were you hitchhiking?
Mhm.
Would you say it was like harder to hitchhike then than it is now?
Yeah, well now I'm with Elliot too.
Yeah.
And so very hard to get a ride for 2 men. So
True.
it's pretty much entirely followers.
Yeah, true.
And double the bags, right? So we have
Yeah.
it's like double the backpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had single backpack. Now we have front pack. My big bag. So we're like
Yeah.
6 bags now.
We actually have 6 bags now.
Wow.
Which is
That must be so annoying to
we get so many gifts that it just keeps growing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So where's your next stop after Auckland?
Oh, we don't know yet. We're gonna try and get a motorhome either in Auckland or Christchurch, and then do the whole South Island by motorhome over the next 2 months.
That would be wicked. Are you still like mostly staying with followers, or do you like how, or are you staying in like what are you doing at the moment?
It's pretty much like now we have like contacts with like many like friends actually, just that we've met. Oh yeah, the travel. So it's like probably a third friends, a third followers, and then a third hotels.
Wicked. That's cool.
Yeah, that's been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need a place to stay in Auckland again, always welcome. The fucking couches.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. This place gets real crazy at night.
Have you had much experience with the nightlife here in Auckland, or are you guys not much of a...
Yeah, just last night actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go last night?
Tired. So, but we went all around. I can't remember the names, but
These was one and
Yeah.
the rest.
Was it like clubs?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah,
Well, get like recognized a lot. I can imagine.
probably like 500 pictures.
Yeah.
It was constant. So it's age demographic, pretty much anyone below 25.
Yeah.
That is also a Kiwi.
Yeah.
Is down to take a pic.
So I should say most for the town last night. Did you go mostly down the viaduct, or was it like up Queen Street sort of way?
Mostly down the viaduct. Yeah.
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 Yeah. God, I can imagine as well, because everyone would be like drunk. They'd be like, "Oh my holy!" Like they'd like have a way more ecstatic reaction to where people are like, because New Zealanders can be pretty chill with famous people, especially if they're older. Like they might, but like if they're drunk, like they'll be like, they'll like think you're fucking Justin Bieber, bro. They'll be like,
It's It's a pretty next level. Like my going to sleep last night, because it was the full Manu champs, all that.
Yeah.
So most of my day was kind of like surrounded by people yelling JMango at me. And so it was just like ringing and just like
That's also very good, JMango. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you had any like really insane fan interactions where someone's like really freaked out?
Like, they get pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'd say like as excited as you can get.
Yeah.
It's hard to get more excited than
I
that.
remember bumping into you at Laneway, bro. I was so drunk. But I like saw you at the glimpse of my eye. We were going to a different stage. I can't even remember what for. And then at the corner eye, I'm like, what the heck? Is that him? And yeah, there was actually surprisingly a lot of famous people at Laneway just within the crowds.
Yeah, I saw Dan Hooker there last
Yeah.
year.
There's a famous musician here in New Zealand called Miroki. He was there as well. It's pretty cool. What did you think of Laneway? Did you like it?
It was great. But it was like most of my laneway experience was just spent taking pictures too. So it's like it was good. It was good, but yeah.
Was there anyone specifically that you went there to see, or?
No, I was there for Hallenstein's as well.
Oh,
So it's kind of like yeah, taking pictures. Yeah.
So did they give you like tickets and stuff?
yeah.
Do you have any other festivals you want to go to in New Zealand before you leave?
I'd love to start kind of just like festival hopping, kind of saying yes to as many opportunities as we can while we're
Absolutely.
here. And festivals are definitely on that list.
That's my plan for next year. I want to, before I leave to go overseas, I really want to just go to every single festival during December, because that's kind of our hot, December, January is when we have most of our festivals.
Yeah.
And I just really want to go along to all of them. Is there any specific ones you want to go to?
I just don't have the time or energy to research it right now, honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really going to be festival season anyway. Yeah. Oh, I just remembered, you went to Stewart Island, right?
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
Potentially my favorite place in New Zealand.
Yeah, because when I traveled the length, I was meant to go there and I fucked up all my bookings and I said I couldn't go, which was really annoying. But you see any Kiwi or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard there's just like Kiwis and like.
More like way more Kiwi than people, right? 30,000 Kiwi on the island.
Really?
3,000 people. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't actually know that.
10x. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you just see, where did you see them? Were they just like around or like was it when you.
Well, so like first night I got there, I asked if I could sleep on the Foursquare employees floor.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, of course you didn't know me at all. And then we went Kiwi hunting that night and seen Kiwis with some of his friends.
That's cool.
Really cool time.
That's really
I spent
cool.
Christmas them. Well, there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How was that?
It was great. Yep.
Yeah.
Really good.
Is it your first Christmas being away from family and stuff?
Yeah, that was.
What was that like for you?
It's chill.
So?
Yeah, like I definitely miss my family.
Yeah.
But I hadn't, like, I probably miss them more now than I did then because it was so fresh then. But yeah.
Yeah, true. Because now you've been away. How long have you been here for now?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd imagine that like feeling of missing your family's kicking in a bit more now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's cool that there's a point where you're doing now, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited about what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
I think that makes it easier.
Yeah.
If I didn't love it so much, it would be harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Waiheke Island yet?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to many of the wineries there, or?
No, I actually like pretty much don't drink. Yeah.
Were you drinking last night?
I was, but it was the first time in pretty much 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine it would be really uncomfortable to be hungover and traveling.
Yeah. It's fair. Yeah.
And it's hard to make like really positive content for people when you're just like constantly hungover, I find.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'm really into health, so I just like don't really agree with it necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's good, man. You'll do so much better if you're not drinking all the time.
So you have been talking a bit about your health and well-being. What kind of started you to get on that journey? Has that always been a thing, or?
Yeah, I think it comes down to just I really enjoy like all the experiences that I have in life, and I want to put energy into those being as positive and as long-lasting as I can. And so like I just want to feel good in my body for a long time. And so it feels very simple to just like prioritize health quite a lot.
Yeah.
Do you still train calisthenics quite a bit?
I've been pretty like recently being so engaged in the content. I've been slacking.
You've been
on the
slacking?
fitness. Yeah.
Do you do any sort of like gym stuff or?
Yeah, occasionally, but yeah.
I've been really wanting to get into calisthenics. I just started going back to the gym recently and I've been seeing so much about it. If you were to give like a couple of tips on where to start, what would you suggest? Like a way to build up that strength.
This isn't for the audience. This is just what happens.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, but what's your vision? Like, do you want to do handstand push-up?
Bro, I want to do like some crazy shit, like doing like
So cool.
Yeah, doing like I've seen people do those planks where they end up like doing a full handstand and then doing push-ups and so I want to kind of do that stuff in future.
It's so cool. I think I could do 8 to 12 handstand push-ups the day I broke my hand. Oh wow, which was awesome. But so I would start pike push-ups and just spam them. and then you get in the crow. The crow is when you're holding your weight on your
I've
hand,
seen that. Yeah.
supported by your knees, and then you just slowly lift off your knees. And that's how I learned the handstand, was in a handstand push-up. So just moving up from the crow.
How long
Every
did
day.
it take you from when you first started doing calisthenics to getting to 8 to 12 handstand push-ups?
I did it for 8 months. Oh, no, maybe it was 10 months.
That's not too long.
No, it wasn't so bad. Yeah.
And would you just do like a couple hours a day sort of thing, or?
Yeah, a couple of, like 2 to 3 hours, 5 days a week. Yep.
Wow.
But that was rigorous. I couldn't do that now, right? Yeah. I was pretty locked in.
And you're juggling.
Yeah.
What made you like learn juggling? I tried. It's crazy.
Yeah.
To do it.
My brother juggles balls, and he was just like, yo, we're gonna juggle some balls. We learned balls. We were like, this is really fun. And then we bought some clubs. We learned clubs. We were like, this is even more fun.
What's the maximum you can do?
Oh, just 3. Yeah. I'm getting close to 4, but not yet. I'm a very like mediocre juggler. You know, what I can do can look very impressive to someone that doesn't juggle. But if you're a juggler, I'm weak sauce.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it doesn't matter to me. It looks crazy.
Yeah, it totally.
Do you speak any other?
Let's run it.
Oh yes, this gets you juggling, bro.
Sweet.
Bro, I can't believe I didn't think of that. I was constantly trying to brainstorm. Oh wow.
Yeah.
What? Woo! Wow.
Yeah. Usually I stand up, but we'll stay in frame here.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been juggling for, bro?
So it's been pretty much actually around the similar time that I started content, which is kind of funny.
Oh, it's
But very casual.
Yeah.
Like I juggle once a week right now.
yeah.
When I was first in New Zealand, I was juggling almost every day. But sound good. Yeah, you know.
Yes, every day.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. Here, I'll actually stand up for you because I'll be way better. You'll do way more stuff.
Wow. With the view is crazy.
I'll send you these photos if you want them with the view.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on. Listen to his new song when it drops. Do you know when it drops yet?
We haven't chosen a date.
Yeah, but
We're tempted to drop it today. I mean, not today.
is it JMango on Spotify?
If you're saying nice.
we're gonna have to make a Spotify account. And all
Or
that.
will it be JMango? Or
Yes. Yeah, certainly.
hey, JMango on Spotify. See if it exists yet. Listen to a song. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Yeah,
Sweet.
yes.